Hello, everybody, and God bless you. My name is Nyenti Eta Boris. By the privilege of grace, I am a pastor, but also involved in a few other activities to the glory of God. I'm here to do a very formal address based on a few things which came to my notice, and I thought it wise to put in a word or two to this. I'm talking from the incident which happened recently between Kang Quintus and a few beautiful actors from Nigeria. There are some things which I believe, if we don't understand from foundational level, our superficial involvement will always be a whole lot better. Before I go any further, I would like to celebrate Nigeria. Nigeria is an amazing country, that kind of alpha male country, a good spec. I celebrate them from their movie, their music, their spiritual, their economy, a giant. They really are. But let's go a little down history and look at how this giant became a giant. I remember many years ago, I was in a certain place in Manyo Division, Eyumojok, where Nigerians would constantly cross the border into our little village. They would watch us dance. They were amazed. They would hear some of our songs and they were amazed. Through that time, that nation was not as big as it was, of course. They took devotion, intentionality. They grew their self-esteem and began to revolutionize their nation. From being one quack set of gangsters to being African giant. In movie, I remember this film, for those of you who remember Andy. Andy was one drama kind of stuff. Today, the African giants. The question is, how did Nigeria get there? Nigeria discovered, if we don't stand for ourselves, nobody will stand for us. And began to get involved in things they wanted to see their country prevail in. They would send cinematographers abroad. They would bring the knowledge back home. They would move around, look at dance steps. I remember we started dancing ATK dance as kids long ago. MC Galaxy became the crooner of it because they discover things, patronize it, and turn it to theirs. In fact, even in economy, if you bring a company to Nigeria, before that company is established, there are laws. In Nigeria, we had it. In Nigeria, we'll do this. We will get this number of shares. Why? They were that patriotic to put everything in their keeping because they had their interest. You hear Frank Edwards would sing with the great Don Moy, and Don Moy would sing in Igbo. Tim Godfrey would bring Travis Green. Travis Green would be singing Choku and all that. The guys are smart. They are ready and they are prepared. Let me shift a little from Nigeria and touch Ghana. 1980s, Ghana was humiliated by the move Ghana must go from this same beautiful Nigeria. Because Nigeria, trying to think for themselves, they don't need extra mouths to feed. Over 2 million Ghanaians who were suffering in their own country had to be repatriated. Go to your home. I believe that was a wake-up call for Ghana. In about early 2000s, I was in Manfi. I had an L6 phone, if you remember. That phone was sold at about 60,000 in Manfi. But we watched a program on TV, and I heard in Ghana, that same phone was 1.2 million cedis. Hear me. But this is where Ghana is today. Rubbing shoulders with who drove them from their nation. Ghana can put laws, can say things, and Nigeria obeys. When the Nigerian market was tight, if you don't have a Nigerian performer or artist or actor in your film, their marketing will not accept the film. Ghana also tightened their market. If you don't have a Ghanaian actor, we will not sell your film. Then you started having the likes of Magic Michael the Dumelos and all that emerged, and it came out strong. Nigeria goes as far as banning okrika, banning other things which they locally produce, such that their economy would boom. You hear of the fight between Ghanaian jollof and Nigerian jollof, keeping Cameroon jollof aside, telling you are a nobody to compare, even with things of jollof rice. Let me say this, with all due respect, Nigeria has paid their dues. Ghana is paying and has paid their dues. Cameroon, my interest is you. That is why I will be talking based on certain things. But you will pick out these things from every discourse I will make here. One, what does it mean to discover yourself and decide to grow like Nigeria did? So, how does growth come to a nation? By interaction, what you call support or mentorship. Nigerian mentorship will not be celebrated based on how many Hollywood actors come to the nation, but how many of them feature in Hollywood movies. We can go on and on again talking about the Nigerians' evolution in music, in dance, in spirituality. But I want us to focus on Cameroon, my fellow people, on whom my interest at this particular moment is so greatly built. Fellow Cameroonians, many years ago, people like you had passion to act movie, some to do music, others like us to walk on the spiritual mountain and bring an evolution in the spiritual atmosphere of our nation. By the privilege of grace, God has brought us in contact with great men on the spiritual side, on the physical side, movie side, who have come to our nation and done their part. But it is discovered through research, through character and attitude, that our problem is not the need of mentors, it's low self-esteem. And I'm going to point some real facts. I'm going to point some facts that we are in some abusive relationships we are scared to let go because of the peanuts we get. And we must break those relationships. I'm a pastor, but as Micah 4:1 says, the mountain of the house of the Lord would be implanted on all the mountains. So I'm going to touch very carnal and very secular aspects. Let me give you an example. We have a guy in this same country who does music, Stanley Eno, you know him. Stanley Eno does a song, My Way, with fellow Cameroonian brothers, and he has a viewership of 7 million plus. He decides to do a remix with an African giant, Diamond, Platinum, and he has 2.5 million views. Do the mathematics, and you will know what percentage is 2.5 million views to 7 million views. And you know the beautiful story about it. In that same channel where the music is shared, which is Diamond's page, there is no song there below 5 million. The songs range from 40 to 100 million. Did he share the song? We have other Cameroonian artists who will run to Nigeria and do songs, and the artist will not even, the Nigerian artist would not share the song. You talk of support. I don't think support is what you're getting. I think it's business you're doing. Let me tell you what support is. Support is when TZ Panchak does a song, Naso. He brings in Vivid Smith. He brings in Vericina Musica. He brings in Chloe Gray. 3 people we don't know. Shows them platforms, and today they are independent artists doing mega work. Let me tell you what support is. Support is when Whiskey features Thames on a music album, and from that album, Thames get a featuring with Drake. Let me show you what support is. Support is when Flyboy does a song Peru by himself. He has a few million views, 11 million views. Then he brings in a British superstar and has 57 million views and other gigs. I go back to what Kang Quintus said. With no repentance, Cameroon. It's true the perspective of support is different with interpretation. But based on what our brother said, he's talking of the support that makes you look like you're on crush. You are standing on one feet and you need people to come over and over to help you. Let us ask the question. From when Cameroon started inviting Nigerian superstars to feature in our movies, what really has changed? What really has changed? You still beg them to share? A person who wants you to see an evolution doesn't come to your country. He brings you to his country and shows you the way out. This and this is what we do. By this time, I thought we would have cinemas in all the 10 regions of Cameroon, in major cities like Nigeria has, to feature their films. Or maybe every featured film should have a guarantee to be played in major cinemas in Nigeria, generating millions of francs to the Cameroonian filmmaker. But no, it's the same old story. And unfortunately, we are scared to call a bull a bull. We are scared to tell the truth to ourselves. To the point where even artists like your artist, Tizzy, will stand to talk about Burna Boy. We would get offended. But this is the same Burna Boy, I think in 2014, if I'm not mistaken, was beaten by your own Cameroonian artist, Stanley Eno, in the upcoming award of MMA. But where is Stanley Eno today compared to Burna Boy? Burna Boy was underrated for a long time till they decided to speak up. And here he is, winning a Grammy recently. Cameroonians, we need to wake up from a spirit of cowardice. Telling yourself who you are is not competition. Nigeria is big, nobody is denying that. But then, the sky is too big for two birds to fly peacefully. The sky is too big, there will be no collusion. The problem is we are hiding behind shadows to eat little crumbs. Peace Square came here a few years ago when they were still the giants. They made a statement how the Nigerian media pushed them to the giants they become. They will come into your country, have a whooping 100 million, and your own fellow beautiful artist on ground will be having 1,500,000 for some. It's funny. The reason why I'm doing this address is to tell everyone. I've done a lot of secular address because issues of the church are better discussed on some closed private platforms. But I'm going to point out just one issue. Spiritually, it's the same thing. You go to every Cameroonian church, you will see a whooping amount of Nigerian songs being played. Certainly, it's just those songs that brings down the presence of God. And we wonder why they will bring Ada from Nigeria to pay her 30 million francs in Cameroon. Glory to God. She's paid her price. But the question is, why? Why should a country which is still struggling with money pay that kind of an amount to an artist, which will not bring a turnaround in the music scene in Cameroon? Why? Bonte, good job to you. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. But why would Bonte want to pay an MC 11 point something million francs from Nigeria? Maybe to revolutionize his award. But the question is why? As much as we must applaud these entrepreneurs for making giant steps, it is high time we ask our brothers in the neighboring countries, what did you do to be where you are? Your coming to our country does not give us any more. It doesn't give us. Yes, it's not competition. We would still have you over. We would still sing with you. We will still even have your songs in churches. God has blessed you, you've gone ahead. But even if you are sincere with yourself, you will know there comes a time a country makes measured decisions. You know why? Because if God made me a Cameroonian, there is a spiritual geographical space I must affect. That is the same reason why Papa Benson Idahosa refused to naturalize in the United States of America. Don't give us the story of every place is every place. Your family is not my family. That's why you don't send money to my family. You send to your family. So your country is not my country. We must watch out for our countries so that when we are on a platform, we all can talk as brothers. I don't want to make this address long, but Kang Quintus, you as well apologize to whoever was the filmmaker behind Bamboozled. I think that's the name. Because you used her platform. But if it's about telling the truth, there is no apology to the truth. I see a whole lot of people, even pastors, young people who have no understanding of the fact that there was a time Nigeria looked up to us for music. I was with Stella Damascus one time when she saw Petit Pays and almost passed out. She was panting. That's how much they revered us. Cameroonian Indomitable Lions, that's how much they revered us. But today, we are almost a shadow of everything. The way we speak, our problem is not even our government anymore. Our problem is surely the spiritual atmosphere that has crushed our thinking and made us think we are second class to some other person. There is a way out of this. The way out is a people who would stand up like our brothers stood up and say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Let us know exactly what right steps to do. Let me say this one for all of those who would care to listen. I made this statement and I'm not taking it back. Even on a spiritual, if Cameroon needs a revolution, it's not going to be through a minister's conference. You hear people like Papa Billy Lubanza. You hear of great fathers who took out time to stay in the land and began to show the younger generation, this is how you tackle the spiritual atmosphere to open it up to giants. Not every day people flooding into the country. I don't have a problem with crusades. I have a problem when you say that is what will bring revival. Will never happen. It will never happen that way. So hear me well. You see this comedian, I think it's Danny Green or Tom Cryer. He's not bringing people to Cameroon only. He's now in Nigeria. The Nigerian market know him. Those who know the Nigerian market, which he's interacting with from out of Nigeria, know him. That's what will bring the change in Cameroon. I'll leave you with this. We can keep chicken-heartedly saying, oh, they're coming to help us. Oh, it is support. But I'll tell you, whoever was on that platform who feels insulted knows what he heard was the truth. Watch that Gucci from a child. I respect him. But no, what that brother told him, of course without touching his shoulder, was the truth. Chidimon Keme knows it was the truth. And whatever mentor loves a mentee will tell the mentee the ways to greatness is not being paper napkined every day of your life, but standing up tall, making measured decisions, and realizing great goals. We can start believing in one another right here. We can start loving ourselves, even a greater deal. Most people will be talking about Kang Quintus. Yeah, Fisherman's Diary, talking about oppression of gender, which because it came from Nigeria this time, every Cameroonian news has it. Stop gender-based violence, domestic violence. But that's a movie which could tell that story better. But nobody will watch it because it's a Cameroonian filmmaker. If you ask Kang Quintus, he doesn't know me. So he's never seen me before. So don't think we're brothers. I'm just telling you fair share of what I should, and I will always be there to tell you. Thank you very much. My name is Nyenti Eta Boris. Don't forget, And Cameroon, your time has come. Because a lot of people will bash this story, but I'll be here again next time to remind you, you are land of promise, land of glory. And in our land is everything. That's why they called us, and they still call us African in miniature. I love you. God bless you.